Meet Joe Barr, a man who knows how to keep moving forward through extreme conditions, despite serious challenges. Joe's been racing bikes his whole life and is a former professional cyclist from Ireland. At age 49, Joe discovered his capacity to endure. And since 2009, he and his team have been competing in the world's toughest non-stop endurance cycling races. Each race brings obstacles that must be overcome. From extreme heat to extreme cold, from vicious winds and torrential rain, from performing at altitude to dangerous descents, often fighting through sleep deprivation and exhausting fatigue. Joe does what we all want to do: stretch boundaries and challenge what we think is impossible. But he doesn't travel alone. Joe's built a team that is resilient, that offers unwavering support day and night. He and his team innovate and adapt to the ever-changing demands of the road in the moment. Joe and his team won the Race Around Ireland twice, a 1,300-mile non-stop race around the rugged coastline of his native land. In 2018, Joe broke the Irish record, beating some of the best endurance cyclists in the world, completing the course in an incredible 104 hours with just 3.5 hours of sleep, and in the process broke another record, the one he had set 10 years earlier. The Race Across America is considered the toughest endurance race in the world. 3,000 miles of continuous racing that is unrelenting, crossing 3 deserts, 3 mountain ranges, and the open plains of the American Midwest. In its 37-year history, fewer than 400 solo riders have succeeded. Joe and his team have rolled up to its start line 3 times. In 2012, altitude sickness in the Colorado Rockies nearly cost him his life, and he was forced to abandon the race. But Joe doesn't care much for unfinished business. In 2014, he and his team returned to fight again, completing the course in just 11 days and received the coveted finisher medal. Again in 2019, under extreme weather conditions, including searing heat that topped 40+ degrees, Joe climbed over 170,000 feet in total and faced a direct headwind for over 200 miles in Kansas to win his age category by a definitive 300 miles. The ultimate competitor in racing is time itself. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time doesn't sleep. Time doesn't feel the wind, the rain, the cold. Time just moves on, and so does Joe. This is a man and a team that just doesn't stop. This is a man and a team who go the distance. In 2015, he broke the world record for the fastest ride from Ireland's most northerly tip to the most southern point, Mizenhead, and back again, a distance of 735 miles in 49 hours. Incredible. Yet Joe had still more in the tank and returned 2 years later in 2017 with the intent of breaking his own record. It wasn't easy. The weather was against him, and for 14 hours a day he was in total darkness. After arriving in Mizenhead, just the halfway mark, he thought it was impossible to continue. But he reached deep into his reserves. He trusted and leaned on his team and continued. The result? A new world record, 48 hours, 38 minutes. One among many records, Joe Barr holds a long list of World Cup victories over a variety of distances. He has stood at the top of the podium many times. You might think he's done it all, but there are more horizons to discover. There are more performance edges to be explored. Leading by example, but sharing the journey together. A lifelong apprenticeship in the art and science of constant motion. This is not just something Joe does, it's who he is.